Yo, welcome to the Midnight News with me, your host, The James Show. So I was meaning to put another video up all week, but I haven't had a chance to yet. So I thought I'd just do a quick live one for you now. So uh, just less than a week ago, we went on the demonstration on the 9th of December, where millionaire TV personality and professional fraud Tommy Stephen Yaxley Lennon Robinson tried to tie himself to the Brexit cause by teaming up with Gerard Batten of UKIP to call a demonstration, which he named what is now Brexit something. Brexit means exit. Brexit betrayal, that's what they called it. Thinking that he could get the people that voted to leave the European Union on his side and his crusade against Islam and Muslims of our country, Islam and Muslims of our country, and I assume probably the rest of the world. It was great because people who voted to leave the European Union and people that voted to stay in the European Union both equally disliked Tommy Robinson and disliked the ideas that he stood for. So after a little bit of shakiness, the forces of good managed to pull themselves together, and an anti-fascist demonstration was called to counter Tommy Robinson's demo. And there was at least 10,000 of us that showed up, and I think those guys got maybe there was 3,000 or so. So they were quite badly outnumbered by us. And better still, whilst this was a combined effort of Tommy Robinson supporters and UKIP, they pulled less people to their cause than Tommy Robinson was able to pull to his cause on his own earlier in the year. So hopefully this is a sign of a turning of the tide against such reactionaries as Tommy Robinson and really toxic ideas such as Islamophobia, which, by the way, EDL, Tommy Robinson supporters, people who went to the demo on the wrong side on Sunday, you do realise that Brexit has got nothing to do with Islam, right? You do realise it's about sort of trading deals within the European bloc, and yeah, you get that. Anyway, so this probably all seems so far in the past now, because time does move very quickly in politics these days. And this week's been mostly dominated by Theresa May's Brexit deal vote, which was supposed to be earlier in the week, and she cancelled it on the day that it was supposed to happen because no one was going to vote for it. She was going to lose the vote and then have to go back to the European Union to renegotiate it. So I think she thinks that she can tweak it enough to eventually get some support for it in January. I don't think that will happen myself. It's a terrible deal. It doesn't support continuation of freedom of movement, which is, a game changer for most, and it also ties us completely to the European economic bloc and all of the restrictions imposed by the European Union on us as a country. So yeah, it's a lose-lose situation in every aspect. So I can't see any further support from that from anyone from the left or the right. And then to top that brilliant day off, there was yet another bit of news where Theresa May's own party, the Conservative Party, tabled a no confidence vote in the leader and Prime Minister Theresa May. So they need 48 MPs of the sitting MPs to agree to do that, to have a no confidence vote. And she did manage to get 48. And that went to the vote, and by a small margin, she actually won the vote. So now they can't challenge her for another year. But it doesn't mean that she's in any stronger position. In fact, it means she's in a weaker position because she knows there's at least 48 of her sitting MPs that do not believe in what she's doing and do not have her back. So it's pretty hilarious watching the Conservative Party tear themselves apart. What we need now is a general election. We really need Jeremy Corbyn to be in number 10 and negotiating Brexit, because he's someone that has campaigned against the European Union all of his life, that does have a really good understanding of how to get a better deal for workers and for the many and not the few, out of this situation, more so than May. I'm sounding quite like a Jeremy Corbyn fanboy here. I think he's the best person for the job of the two candidates that are available. That's my stance on that. I think that we need to probably go further than Corbyn and his Labour Party are planning on going. We need nationalisations of all of our industries, all of our key industries, of gas and water, electricity, railways, and I mean, we can. There's quite a long list of things that we could privatise. To be honest, it was one of those ideas I heard about nationalising Uber, bringing that under Transport for London. That's a good idea. What we need is more houses built, more council houses. We need to abandon the idea of property ownership being the sort of creme de la creme of existing. We need to be able to live in our houses, not worry about rent or being removed or have our houses demolished and paved way for more Starbucks. But, you know, the unrealistic purchasing of houses, and it was the unrealistic prices of houses, shouldn't have to be like the upper echelon of what you can achieve in your life. You know, we should set our sights much higher than bricks and mortar, in terms of culture and technological advancements. Anyway, so yeah, not to entirely hook myself to the Corbyn train. I think he's the right person for the job. I will put myself as a lot further to the left of Jeremy Corbyn. But I think that would be the best thing for the country at the moment. The worst thing for the country at the moment, I think, would be a second referendum, as that is, you know, for a reason, supported by all of the people that want to attack the Labour leadership, all the people in the Labour Party to the right of Jeremy Corbyn, and all the people that have been sniping for his position since he's been there. The People's Vote was dressed up. Was a anti-Corbyn coup dressed up as something for the many, and it would not benefit anyone. We had a vote. It was narrow, but you can't go back and say you voted wrong. Try again. I can't see that being democratic or winning any votes, especially in majority Leave places. The European Union, we need to accept, will not change. We cannot stay in it and change it. We cannot expect it to suddenly become socialist just because we realise that it's existed, are forced to leave it, and now clamouring to stay in it. It's not going to suddenly become nice. It's not going to suddenly start looking after refugees amongst all of its borders. It's not going to suddenly start sending out ships again to rescue people fleeing from war. It's not going to suddenly remove its competition clauses and allow us to fully renationalise things. So it's completely unchangeable. It's unreformable. So we do need to leave the European Union, but we don't want the likes of Boris Johnson, Jacob Rees-Mogg, and Nigel Farage and all of the other sort of prominent right-wing leavers to decide how it goes. After that, the people, need to control where it goes, and we need to take it in a socialist direction. Anyway, so I'll get into all of that with another video in more detail. I'll actually sit and put together and whatnot, and do some research and write a script rather than just chatting aimlessly to the camera like at the moment. But anyway, there's a little update for you. I'll catch you next time, and I keep saying I'll do another proper video soon, but I honestly will. All right, cheers. Thanks for watching.